This right here is one spicy little number. Let me show you how to make an Allspice Old Fashioned. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd, and like I said, today I'm making a spicy little number. I'm making an Allspice Old Fashioned, and I got the idea for this cocktail when I reviewed this whiskey right here. This is the new single pot still Irish whiskey from the Dingle distillery. If you want to see a review of that, I'll put a link up there. There'll be a link down below which you can check out afterwards. It's a nice, spicy, single pot still Irish whiskey, which, if you're familiar with single pot still whiskey, you know they're a bit spicy, almost peppery, kind of like warmth and weight to them. So I said I want to make an old fashioned that had a bit of spiciness and a bit of weight to it. And I said, well, you know what? Allspice Dram is quite nice. This here is from the Bitter Truth. It's sometimes called Pimento Dram, or you can see here Allspice Liqueur. And it is like this almost tiki and tropical, but also lots of baking spices, a bit of sweetness and a bit of like heft to it. So it has this nice rich flavor that I think would pair nicely with this whiskey, because this whiskey, a lot going on in it. It's got bourbon cask, it's got sherry casks, it's got red wine casks. It's really nice. A lot of like different flavors that all contribute to this nice oaky spice, pot still spice, and give a lot of different flavors. So I think it just works really well with this cocktail. So let's stop talking about the cocktail and let's start making it. It's going to be a stirred drink, like a classic old fashioned. So I'm going to get my mixing glass. I'm going to pop a nice rock of ice into there before measuring out my ingredients. For me, for my old fashions, I typically keep it simple enough. I go in with 2 ounces of my whiskey of choice. In this case, like I said, it is that Dingle pot still, nice, spicy, rich, single pot still whiskey. Comes in at 46.5% alcohol by volume. So it's got a bit of weight, it's got a bit of heft, but it's not so much it's going to be the only thing you taste in a cocktail. But if it was the only thing you tasted, you'd probably be very happy, because it is a nice little whiskey. So I'm going to go in, like I said, 60 ml of that whiskey, and then I'm actually going to go in with 7.5 ml. So normally for an old fashioned I do like 5 ml of sugar syrup, but because the Pimento Dram, the Allspice Dram, it's not super sweet. Like, it is sweet, but it's not very, very sweet the way like a sugar syrup would be. I'm going to go in with 7.5 ml, just a little bit more. If you're using a bar spoon, just pour a bar spoon and pour a little bit more. But for me, I've got this nice jigger that has 7.5 mils, so I'm going to go in with 7.5 mil there. And also normally for an old fashioned, I would go in with 2 dashes of Angostura bitters and then 1 dash of orange bitters, but because there's a lot of spice here, I'm only going to go in with 2 dashes of classic Angostura orange bitters. So 1, 2, just add a bit of citrus, add a bit of a different flavor to it, because we've already got a lot of spicy notes going on. So I'm going to stir it down for about 30 seconds, get it diluted nicely and get it really nice and cold. Okay, I think this is nicely chilled now, and it tastes really good. So I'm getting ready to strain it out into a nice chilled old fashioned or rocks glass. I'm going to pop a nice sphere of ice into there before straining it out. Pop my hot water strainer up top just to catch it, and pour it onto that fresh rock of ice, just like that. And then for a garnish, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. Not going to go anything too fancy, just a nice little orange peel over the top. Get some of those oils nice onto the glass, just like that. Drop it in. And that right there is how I make an Allspice Old Fashioned. Now, real quick, before I taste this cocktail, if you're new here, scroll down, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I put out whiskey reviews every Wednesday, like the review of that Dingle single pot still, and I put out whiskey reviews like this, featuring whiskey, every Friday. So if you want to see more like that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave me a note in the comments below and say if there's any cocktails you think I should try in the future. But for now, let's taste this one. Cheers. Yeah, that's just lovely. I mean, the pot still isn't lost. Like, you still get that peppery, almost oily pot still. You get the flavor of that whiskey coming through. The oak spice, the sherry casks, they're not lost. They're just highlighted a bit. Like the Pimento Dram, I think if I went in with just 5 ml, it wouldn't have sweetened the cocktail enough. I don't think it would have added enough, but here with 7.5 ml, it gives it a nice bit of weight, and it gives it the sweetness has that bit of weight where it balances out. and gives you that spiciness without, again, being overpowering, without being the only thing you can taste. Not having any Angostura bitters here isn't really like a problem, because like I said, this here is almost like tropical tiki notes. It has some of the same like flavors that you would get in Angostura bitters. So I think here, if you had gone in with Angostura, it would just be, again, overpowering. You'd lose the whiskey. But here, I think everything is just really nice, really balanced. Definitely one I think you should try out if you've got any allspice dram you're using for like tiki or tropical or Caribbean cocktails. Try it out in an old fashioned. You will not be disappointed. I'm going to keep on enjoying this, and I will see you next time. Sláinte.